Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So simple. Today we're going to learn how to make a pair of palazzo pants. Palazzo pants are the pants that are wider at the leg. So if you've watched my other video, you will see that how to make this pattern that I'm using. This is a pattern for a pair of shorts, and I'm going to show you how to use it to make either long pants or the palazzo pants, which is what I'm doing today. The only difference is that my pants are going to be a little less flary, not too wide, just semi-wide. So what I did is I took one piece of the pattern pieces that we did, and I took my fabric and folded it in half with the good side in. Okay, folded it in half. Took pins and pinned them around the fabric. This is just to keep the fabric stable so that it doesn't move around so much, because this is 4-way stretch fabric and it's very slippery. Then what I did is I took one of the pieces of the pattern and I pinned it to the fabric so that it's just stays sturdy and it doesn't move too much either. What you're going to do now is you're going to take this corner of your pattern and you're going to fold it into a triangle like this. Okay, I'm going to put that back down. Then you're going to take a fabric pencil. You're going to take your ruler. Oh, one more thing, before you even get to this part, you have to measure how long you want your pants to be. Okay, so measure from your waist down, or this is from this area, which is a crotch area, down to how long you want it to be, and that's where I cut my fabric. That's how long I want my pants to be, so I cut my fabric over there. So do that first, just so that it's easier. Okay, so you folded this end. Now you take a ruler, you decide how wide you want your legs to be. If you want it really, really wide, you're going to need more fabric, and then you're going to start at this point and you're going to make a straight line. If you want it really wide, it will go this way all the way to the other end, like that, all the way to the other end. You make the little lines so then you can connect them together with your ruler so that they're straight. So this is about how much flare I'm going to have on my pants. So I've already done that. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but I've already started at this point. Don't forget, you start at that point and work your way out, flaring out to the bottom. Once you do that, just cut out your pattern. You're going to cut like here. If you need to leave your seam allowance, don't forget to do that. You're going to cut, and then when you get to here, you're going to flare out to the other end. Okay, so depending on how wide you want it, that's how much fabric you need. Right now I'm going to be using about, I'm going to say about a yard of fabric for mine, because they're not going to be that wide, or a yard and a half. If you want it really, really wide, you're going to have to use about 2 yards or so, depending on your size. Okay, so I will show you the next step in a minute. This is what it looks like once you finish cutting your first piece. Remember, this pattern has 2 pieces. Please watch the video on how to make this pattern. It's really simple to make, and it'll make this particular project easier for you. So watch that video first. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. What I did was I did not remove the pins or anything yet, because you're going to cut this fabric right through here. You're going to do it like this, and with the pins and everything, so that it's easier for you to cut, you're going to cut straight on the fold to make 2 even sides. Okay, so cut that all the way down. Once you finish cutting all the way down to the other end, you're going to take your other piece of the pattern, the other piece, remember we have 2 pieces, and you're going to do the same thing you did with this one, you're going to do it to this one. You're going to take your fabric, fold it in half, line this up the way this one is, pin it in place, draw down your leg, and then cut all around it, and cut on the fold if you're on a fold, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you've done both pieces already, and what you're going to do now is you're going to take the pieces as they are, 2 separate pieces, 2 pieces of fabric each, and you're going to pin the hook side on both pieces. Don't forget, this is your seam allowance, don't forget to leave that. Pin that go to your machine and sew this from here to here only, and sew the other one in the same area. Now that you have sewn your pieces together at the hook area, what you're going to do, what I did was I took a safety pin just to mark what the back part of my pants is going to be, because once you put the pants together, it's hard to tell which is the back part. So you could mark it any way you want. I just put a little safety pin there. What you're going to do now is you're going to open up both pieces. You're going to put the right size facing each other, the pattern size facing each other, like this. And now what you're going to do is you're going to connect the center seams. Make sure you line that up correctly. Here you go. And you're going to put a pin right there because you want that to be lined up. Remember to leave your seam allowance. Once you've got that, the center seams lined up like this, you're going to just pin all around. You're going to pin all around the leg area and the inside. One more thing, since you're going to be at your machine, you might as well pin the sides of both legs, so that once you finish sewing the center of your pants, you might as well also sew the sides. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and we'll continue shortly. Okay, so you've sewn all your pieces together, and what you're going to do now is you're going to try on your pants to make any necessary adjustments. So I know it looks very big, but don't get scared that you're still going in the right direction. Okay, so once you put them on, you want to make sure that this area is comfortable for you. So first of all, make sure that you have the back to the back and the front to the front, and that over here is comfortable for you. So you're going to lift them until you feel comfortable, not too tight, not too loose. Okay, once you do that, what you want to do is you want to establish where your waist is going to be. So at this point, you could just fold your pants in until you get to where you want them to be. So you've already marked how low you want or how high you want your waist to be. So I'm now going to connect where I put the little marks around my waist, and I'm going to line it out just so that it's easy for me to cut in a straight line. Okay, so this is how you do your waistband. You're going to figure out how high you want your pants to be, high-waisted or low-waisted. I want mine to be a little high-waisted. So I've measured 5 inches from where my pants end, from below the belly button. I measured 5 inches up, and I doubled that to 10 inches. Plus, I added ½ inch for seam allowance. So when you cut your fabric, when you mark your fabric, from here to here, for mine, is 10½ inches. Because what's going to happen with the waistband is that eventually it's going to get folded in half. So I'll still have my 5 inches just at a stronger band. And now what you do is you take a piece of your fabric and you wrap it around your waist, or you could use a measuring tape to see how tight you want the band to be, and then to that you're going to take away about 1.5 inches, because you want your waistband to be actually smaller than your actual waist. Now that I've cut out the fabric for my waistband, what you're going to do, you're going to pin the end and you're going to sew that. Don't forget to give it a stretch stitch. So I finished sewing my waistband. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up those seams like this, and now my waistband is folded in half. Make sure you line it up nice so that it's even on all sides. Once you do that, you're going to line up the waistband to your pants. So my pants, both pieces are right side showing. I had a pin on my back, so I know that this part here is the back of my pants. This is going to be the front. I want the seam on my waistband to be on the back. So this is how I'm going to line it up now. Seams to the back. You're going to take your pants and you're going to slide them inside your waistband like this. Then you're going to line up the seams of your waistband with the seams of your pants. Okay, I just want to point out, when you make this waistband, make sure that the biggest amount of elastic is going this way. Okay, so that you could, when you put it on, you have no problem getting it above your hips. I've pinned all my stuff together. Oh, another thing, since if the bottom part of your pants is very, very wide, the waistline part of your pants, and you find that you're having a difficulty fitting it to your waistband, what you need to do is you need to be expanding your waistband as you pin it. This is why you got to make sure that the biggest stretch is going this way. If that doesn't work, then you could do what I did, because mine is very, very wide. So what I did is when I pin my waistband in it, if you notice, this is the front. I just pleated a little bit, very softly. I pleated a couple of pleats here and here. I did a couple of pleats in the back, around the same in the side of the back. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to sew that. Don't forget to use your stretch stitch. I'm going to sew that. Be very careful, making sure that you have 3 pieces as you're sewing. So take your time. This is what you have so far. My pants are high-waisted. I could wear them like this. I could fold the waist down one and wear them as low-waisted. Or I could just put the blouse over them and wear them like this. They're very comfortable.